How many of you have ever felt like your life was spiraling out of control, like no matter what you did, everything just kept falling apart? Maybe it's your finances, maybe it's your health, maybe it's your relationships. You try to fix one thing and suddenly 3 more problems pop up. It's like you're drowning, and no matter how hard you fight, the waves just keep crashing over you. You feel exhausted, frustrated, stuck. And the worst part? You start believing that maybe this is just how life is. Maybe you're not meant to be happy. Maybe success, fulfillment, and peace are for other people, but not you. But let me tell you something right now. That is a lie. The only reason you feel stuck is because you've been operating with the wrong blueprint. You've been trying to solve the wrong problem. Because when everything in your life is falling apart, the real issue is not the circumstances. It's the mindset, the strategy, and the decisions that got you here. But today we're going to change that. Right here, right now. Today, you are going to take back control. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Because the truth is, you are one decision away from a completely different life. One shift, one breakthrough, one moment of clarity can take you from chaos to power. And it starts with one thing, rewriting your story, because the story you've been telling yourself is shaping your reality. And the moment you change that story, you change everything. Change your state immediately. Your state, your physical, mental, and emotional condition at any given moment determines how you react to life's challenges. If you're in a low energy, defeated state, you'll see problems as impossible to solve. If you're in an energized, empowered state, you'll see obstacles as opportunities. Your state is the foundation of everything you do, and the good news is you can change it in an instant. Think about this. When you're feeling down, your body reflects it. Your shoulders slump, your breathing becomes shallow, and your facial expressions lack energy. On the other hand, when you're confident, your chest is up, your breathing is deep, and you radiate energy. Your mind and body are interconnected, and by changing one, you change the other. One of the fastest ways to shift your state is through movement. Stand up, jump, stretch, dance, or take a deep breath, whatever it takes to interrupt the negative pattern. If you're sitting in the same place for hours, dwelling on your problems, your mind will keep spiraling downward. But if you get up and start moving, your physiology changes and your brain follows suit. Motion creates emotion. A powerful, confident stance can trick your brain into feeling more confident. Another way to shift your state instantly is through focus. Whatever you focus on, you feel. If you focus on everything going wrong, your mind will find proof to confirm that belief. But if you focus on what's possible, your brain will search for solutions. Ask yourself better questions. Instead of asking, why does this always happen to me? Ask, how can I use this to grow? Instead of saying, I'm stuck, ask, what's one step I can take right now? The quality of your questions determines the quality of your life. Your language also plays a crucial role in shaping your state. The words you use internally and externally create your reality. If you constantly tell yourself, I am overwhelmed, I'm exhausted, or I'm failing, those words become your truth. But if you shift your language to, I'm learning, I'm growing, or I'm finding a way, your mind will believe it. The words you choose either empower you or disempower you. Music is another powerful tool to shift your state. Have you ever noticed how a song can instantly change your mood? The right music can make you feel unstoppable. Create a playlist of songs that fire you up and play them when you need a boost. The rhythm, beats, and energy of music can rewire your emotions within seconds. Breathing techniques can also help regulate your state. When you're stressed, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid, which signals to your brain that something is wrong. By taking deep, controlled breaths, you send a message to your nervous system that you're safe. Try a simple exercise. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and exhale for 4 seconds. Repeat this a few times, and you'll notice a shift in your mental clarity and calmness. Surrounding yourself with the right people is another way to elevate your state. Energy is contagious, and if you're around negative, complaining individuals, their mindset will affect you. But if you're around people who are driven, focused, and solution-oriented, their energy will uplift you. Choose your environment wisely because it plays a massive role in your emotional and mental state. Changing your state is not about ignoring your problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about putting yourself in a peak state where you have the clarity, confidence, and power to face challenges head on. The best decisions are made when you're in an empowered state, not when you're feeling overwhelmed or defeated. When you control your state, you control your life. Take massive, imperfect action. The biggest mistake people make when their life is falling apart is waiting. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect solution. But perfection is an illusion, and waiting only keeps you stuck. Action, massive, imperfect action, is the only thing that creates change. Most people hesitate because they're afraid of making mistakes, but the truth is mistakes are how you learn. Progress comes from doing, adjusting, and doing again. Clarity comes from engagement, not thought. The more you act, the more you discover what works and what doesn't. If you don't know where to start, just start anywhere. Any movement is better than standing still. When a rocket launches, it doesn't wait until all conditions are perfect. It takes off, adjusts its course along the way, and keeps moving forward. The same applies to your life. You don't need all the answers before you take the first step. The path reveals itself through action. People often say they need motivation to act, but motivation is a myth. It's not something you wait for, it's something you generate. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. When you take a step forward, even a small one, you build momentum. That momentum fuels your drive, and before you know it, you're making progress. Think of a time when you didn't feel like doing something, but you forced yourself to start anyway. Within a few minutes, you got into the flow, and it became easier. That's how action works. You don't need to feel ready, you just need to begin. When everything is falling apart, the worst thing you can do is sit in analysis paralysis. Overthinking leads to fear, and fear leads to inaction. Instead of thinking about all the ways something could go wrong, focus on what you can do right now. Even if it's small, do something. Send that email, make that call, write that plan, take that step. The momentum will build, and you'll start gaining control over your situation. People also get stuck because they think their actions need to be perfect. They fear judgment, failure, or getting it wrong. But success is built on a mountain of imperfect attempts. Every great achiever failed more times than they succeeded. The difference? They kept going. They acted before they felt ready. They understood that progress, not perfection, is the goal. If your career is falling apart, don't wait for the perfect job to appear. Start applying, networking, learning new skills, or creating opportunities for yourself. If your relationships are struggling, don't wait for the right moment to fix them. Start showing up differently, communicating openly, and taking responsibility for your part. If your health is deteriorating, don't wait for the perfect diet or workout plan. Start walking, drinking more water, and making small improvements. Every action compounds over time. People who win in life are not the ones who have everything figured out. They're the ones who take action, adapt, and keep going. They don't wait for permission. They don't let fear stop them. They take bold steps, learn from their experiences, and keep pushing forward. When life feels overwhelming, simplify. Ask yourself, what is one thing I can do right now to move forward? Then do it, and then do the next thing. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Just get it done. Action leads to results. Results build confidence. And confidence fuels even more action. Your breakthrough is on the other side of action. The only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is movement. Rewrite your story. The story you tell yourself about who you are and what your life means is shaping your reality every single day. If you tell yourself you are stuck, broken, or incapable, that becomes your truth. If you tell yourself you are resilient, resourceful, and unstoppable, that becomes your truth. Your life is not defined by your past, your failures, or your current circumstances. It is defined by the meaning you assign to them. The way you interpret your experiences will either empower you or trap you in a cycle of limitation. Every single person has a story they tell themselves about why they are the way they are. Some people tell themselves they are unlucky, that life has been unfair, that they never had the right opportunities. Others tell themselves that every struggle has made them stronger, that every failure was a lesson, that every obstacle is a stepping stone to something greater. The difference is not their circumstances, but the narrative they choose to embrace. Your story is built on the beliefs you hold about yourself. If you believe you are not smart enough, not good enough, not strong enough, you will find evidence to support that belief. Your mind will filter reality through the lens of your story and prove you right. But if you shift that belief, if you decide that you are powerful, capable, and deserving, your mind will start finding proof for that instead. Think of two people who go through the same hardship. One person uses it as an excuse to give up, to stay small, to justify why they can't move forward. The other person uses it as fuel, as motivation, as proof that they can survive anything. The difference is not the event, but the meaning they assign to it. The moment you change the meaning, you change the trajectory of your life. Your identity is shaped by the story you repeat. If you keep saying you are bad at relationships, bad at money, bad at making decisions, you will continue to reinforce those patterns. But if you decide right now that you are someone who learns from every experience, someone who is growing every day, someone who figures things out, your identity shifts. And when your identity shifts, your actions follow. Think of the people you admire, the ones who inspire you. They are not people who never struggled. They are people who took control of their story. They refused to let their past define them. They refused to be victims of their circumstances. They wrote a new narrative, one where they are the hero, the fighter, the creator of their destiny. Your past does not equal your future unless you let it. Whatever has happened to you, whatever mistakes you have made, whatever setbacks you have faced, they do not define you. You get to decide what they mean. You get to decide what happens next. The pen is in your hands, and the next chapter is unwritten. Every experience in your life has given you something. It has given you strength, wisdom, resilience. Even the hardest moments have shaped you into who you are today. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, focus on what you gained. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim of your past, see yourself as a survivor, a warrior, someone who is still standing and still fighting. When you rewrite your story, you take back your power. You are no longer controlled by old narratives that keep you stuck. You are no longer repeating the same patterns because of outdated beliefs. You are stepping into a new version of yourself, one that is unstoppable, unshakable, and ready for whatever comes next. Turn pain into power. Pain is one of the greatest teachers in life. It breaks you, tests you, pushes you to the edge, but if you use it right, it also builds you into something stronger than before. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every failure carries within it the seed of growth. The difference between people who stay stuck in their pain and those who rise from it is how they choose to respond. Most people try to avoid pain. They numb it, distract themselves, run from it. But pain does not go away by ignoring it. It lingers, it festers, it controls your decisions in ways you don't even realize. The only way to truly move forward is to face it head on and transform it into power. Pain can either be a prison or a catalyst. Some people let pain define them, using it as a reason to stay small, to never try again, to build walls around their hearts. Others use it as fuel, as motivation, as proof that they can handle anything. The same event that crushes one person can ignite another. The difference is mindset. When you experience pain, whether it's loss, rejection, failure, or betrayal, the first step is to acknowledge it, feel it, process it, but do not stay stuck in it. Pain is not meant to be a permanent state. It is meant to be a signal. It is telling you something, pushing you to grow, to change, to evolve. Look at the most powerful, successful, resilient people in the world. They have all been through incredible pain. What sets them apart is that they didn't let it break them, they let it build them. They turned their suffering into purpose, their struggle into strength. They used their darkest moments as the foundation for their greatest victories. Pain teaches you what truly matters. It strips away the distractions, the illusions, and forces you to see yourself clearly. It shows you where you are weak so you can become strong. It reveals what you need to change so you can step into a better version of yourself. If you resist it, you miss the lesson. If you embrace it, you unlock your potential. The greatest transformations in life come from the deepest pain. When everything is comfortable, there is no reason to change. But when life shakes you, when it forces you to your knees, that is when you have the opportunity to rise higher than ever before. Adversity introduces you to your true strength. One of the most powerful ways to turn pain into power is to find meaning in it. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Ask, how can I grow from this? The moment you shift from victim to warrior, your pain becomes your weapon. It becomes the fire that fuels you, the force that drives you forward. Use your pain as motivation. Let it push you to prove to yourself that you are capable of more. Let it remind you that you have survived everything life has thrown at you so far, and you are still here You are stronger than you think. And this moment, no matter how hard, is shaping you into something greater. Pain also gives you the ability to connect with others. The struggles you have faced allow you to help those going through similar battles. Your story, your scars, your journey can inspire and lift others who feel lost. When you turn your pain into power, you don't just heal yourself, you become a source of strength for others. There is no growth without discomfort. There is no strength without struggle. The people who achieve the most in life are not the ones who never faced pain. They are the ones who refuse to be defeated by it. They took every heartbreak, every setback, every moment of suffering and used it to fuel their rise. Your pain is not your enemy. It is your teacher, your motivator, your key to transformation. Whatever you are going through right now, no matter how hard, no matter how hopeless it feels, there is power in it. There is strength in it. There is a version of you waiting on the other side of this pain that is stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable than ever before. Own your life now. Most people live their lives waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, the right circumstances. They tell themselves that once things settle down, once they have more money, once they feel more confident, then they will take action. But life doesn't wait. Time keeps moving, and every moment spent waiting is a moment lost. The only way to take control of your life is to own it completely right now, in this moment, exactly as things are. Owning your life means taking full responsibility for where you are and where you're going. It means no more excuses, no more blaming circumstances, no more waiting for someone else to come and fix things for you. It means looking in the mirror and realizing that everything in your life is a result of your choices, your actions, and your mindset. And if you don't like where you are, you have the power to change it. Most people resist this idea because it's easier to believe that life is happening to them rather than realizing life is happening because of them. It's easier to blame the economy, the government, their parents, their past. But the moment you stop making excuses and start taking ownership, you stop being a victim and start being the creator of your own destiny. Ownership is about recognizing that no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success, happiness, or fulfillment. It's on you to create the life you want. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can start building something extraordinary. Most people avoid taking ownership because it forces them to face hard truths. It forces them to admit that they have been settling, procrastinating, or playing small. But the truth will set you free. Because once you acknowledge your role in your circumstances, you gain the power to change them. Owning your life also means letting go of the past. Too many people carry old stories, regrets, and guilt that weigh them down. They replay their mistakes over and over, using them as proof that they are not good enough or that they are destined to fail. But the past only has power over you if you keep giving it power. The moment you decide to let go and focus on what you can do today, you reclaim control. Fear is one of the biggest things that keeps people from owning their life. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. But fear is just an illusion. It's a projection of what might happen, not what will happen. And most of the things people fear never actually come true. The only way to break free from fear is to take action in spite of it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's moving forward despite it. Owning your life means understanding that fear will always be there, but it doesn't have to control you. Every time you push past your fear, you build confidence. Every time you take action, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than you thought. Another key to owning your life is mastering your mindset. Your mind is your most powerful tool, but for most people, it's also their greatest enemy. Negative thoughts, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs hold them back more than any external obstacle ever could. The good news is you have the power to rewire your mind. Start by being intentional about what you feed your brain. If you constantly consume negativity, whether it's news, toxic people, or self-defeating thoughts, you will live in a state of fear and doubt. But if you fill your mind with empowering content, surround yourself with people who uplift you, and focus on solutions instead of problems, your entire reality will shift. The words you say to yourself matter. If you keep telling yourself that you're not good enough, not ready, not capable, you will live according to that story. But the moment you start telling yourself a different story, that you are capable, that you are resourceful, listen to me, this is your moment. No more waiting, no more excuses, no more telling yourself that things will get better someday. The time is now. You have everything you need inside you. You've had it all along. You just need to make the decision to step into your power, to own your life, to take control of your future. Because when you rewrite your story, when you turn pain into power, when you take back control, everything changes. This is your time. This is your breakthrough. And I promise you, if you apply what we talked about today, you will look back at this moment and realize this was the turning point. Now go out there and make it happen. This is Tony Robbins, Track, and I'll see you on the other side.